So hey everyone, welcome back to Rebecca's Colouring Arts and Crafts. So today I'm here with another book review. So this one was actually provided to me thanks to Penguin and Random House Australia in exchange for a review. This is actually called The Rescuers, Incredible Stories of Life-Saving Dogs by Laura Greaves. I haven't fully finished the book yet, but it's basically a series of short stories about dogs who have actually saved people's lives. And I'm finding myself, the reason why I haven't finished it yet is because it's actually very emotional with the books, and I was getting quite upset being a dog owner and dog lover myself. I was getting quite upset at the fact that, not that these dogs had saved their lives, but the fact it kind of made me upset in the fact that they were such touching stories and such memorable stories. I personally feel that I can't necessarily give a star recommendation for this, because the fact is the stories are so personal and so touching and so incredibly real, and I'm kind of speechless about what to say about this book. But pretty much it's just a whole heap of short stories based around these dogs who have rescued people's lives. From what I know, Laura Greaves is a journalist who has actually contacted these people for their stories about their dog, and there are some pictures provided in here. I'm not going to worry about opening it up and showing you those at the moment, but the fact of the matter is I'm really loving this book, but I'm finding I have to be in the right mindset for it, because I do get very emotional with this, and just, I guess in ways I'm so emotional because of the fact of how my dog Lily has kind of, I guess in her own way, saved my life, because of the fact with my ankle and with not getting out and seeing people much, and I guess being kind of stuck at home a lot. Lily is kind of, I guess, the thing that keeps me going each day, the thing that keeps me happy and boosts my spirits and just keeps me going, because I would really be struggling without her, to be honest. I find very much that I can get very easily down in the dumps with my ankle and stuff, and with how things are going, depending on what things have been said, like to do with my Asperger's and just comprehending things and learning things, and just having Lily there is almost like a lifeline to me, in the fact that she keeps me going each and every day. And reading these stories about dogs who have done, like, I know Lily hasn't necessarily rescued me in her heroic manner or anything like that, but in her own way she kind of has rescued me and helped me out. And reading these stories, I find myself constantly thinking of Lily, and I wonder, well, would she do that if it did come to it? But at the same time, it's also realizing that in her own way, and without Lily, I would probably be in a lot worse off spot than I am now, and I can't help but feel that her and I were brought together for a purpose, kind of thing, or a reason. And just reading these stories, I'm finding it very emotional and very relatable, I guess you could say, to the point where I read 4 or 5 of the stories in one day, and I was feeling very emotional after reading them. So I feel like I've read enough to do this review, but at the same time I feel like it is something that I'm going to have to spread out, because of the fact that they are very emotional and touching stories, and something I can really relate to in my own way. So I think personally, if I did have to give it a star rating, even though I said I wasn't going to, I would probably give it a 5 out of 5 stars, just because of the fact that I can really relate to this book. I'm really grateful to Penguin Random House Australia for sending me this book and allowing me to review it, because I really am loving it. And I'm really grateful to have the chance to read this, because they really are amazing stories, and I would highly recommend, if you're a dog lover or just an animal lover, picking this up, because there are many different ways that dogs or pets or animals in general do save people's lives every single day, just because of how amazing they are. And I can feel myself getting all emotional talking about this. But yeah, pretty much, yeah, I would highly recommend reading this book. I don't want to say too much about the stories, because I don't want to spoil anything in there. It is a lot of stories about people saving life. I think one person had anxiety after her husband died, and that's all I'm going to say, because I don't want to spoil things, and I can't think of the others off the top of my head at the minute. But basically, she got a rescue dog. This is stories of rescue dogs, not dogs that you've paid money you've paid to rescue them, but it's based around rescue dogs. So dogs that have been given a second chance at life after being on death row or losing the family they have, and this is the second chance they've gotten, and how they basically saved their owners' lives. And it really is touching. Whilst Lily wasn't a rescue, in her own way, she has been a lifesaver for me. So I feel that this is a really amazing book to read if you're a pet lover or a dog lover or just an animal lover, because they really are touching, and they will grip you, that you will feel emotional and upset. Every single story I've read in there so far, I've been close to tears from it. So yeah, I don't know that there's much else to say. I don't want to spoil any of the stories, except for the fact I do want to say just how amazing these stories are, and how amazing Laura Greaves has actually written this, and she has given you a bit of an intro into the person and their lives as well with each of the stories, before she gets into the nitty-gritty of how the dog actually how the rescue dog did save their lives, or how it helped the family and that sort of thing. So I'll just say one other one was basically a dog that saved a little girl from a brown snake, and I'm not going to say any more details, but it's they're really amazing animals, and I'm so happy that they were given a second chance at life. And yeah, I can't recommend this book enough. So, and I'm going to leave it at that, because I'm getting so emotional over this book, because yeah, it's really touching to me, and I find myself emotional all the time when I do pick it up and read it. So yeah, I really hope you've enjoyed this book review. If you have, please leave a like, subscribe and comment, as I love hearing from you, and I will see you next time. Bye!